Hey, welcome to The Explainer. This is where you take really complex topics and, make them simple, give you insights you can actually use. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. When your patent application gets rejected, it can feel like a punch to the gut. I mean, you've poured everything, time, money, your creative soul into this thing, so getting that no from the patent office, yeah, it stings. But, and this is a big but, it is absolutely not the end of the road. So today, we're going to talk about how to turn that decision, whether you win or lose the appeal, into your next big strategic move. See, it's not really about the verdict itself. It's all about what you do right after you get it. So let's dive in and figure this out. Think of that appeal verdict as a fork in the road. You've got two totally different paths, right? A win on one side, a loss on the other. But here's the crazy part. Both paths can lead you to the same place, a way smarter IP strategy. A win? That's not just party time, it's your green light to hit the gas. And a loss? Well, that's not a dead end. It's more like a super detailed map showing you exactly what to fix. All right, first things first, we need to completely reframe how you think about that moment you get the decision. This is not a test. You didn't pass or fail. What this is a huge strategic turning point. The outcome, it's just data, raw data. And what you do with that data, well, that's everything. Okay, so let's say you won. Awesome. The first thing you're going to want to do is just exhale, right? Breathe a huge sigh of relief, stick that patent in a drawer, and move on. But no, don't do that. The real power, the real value of that win is what you do right now. The legal fight might be over, but your business journey, it's just heating up. Let's look at the playbook. So here it is, your immediate three-step game plan to turn that legal win into a real business booster. Step 1, build on that momentum. Don't let this victory just sit there. Step 2, tell everybody. Your team, your investors, your partners. Get them the good news. And step 3, start thinking bigger right away. How can you expand your protection? This win is your foothold, not the mountaintop. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because each of these actions is about leveraging that win for real-world value. Tying that patent to your product roadmap, that makes sure it's not just some piece of paper, it's a shield for what you're building next. Filing continuations, that's like building a fortress around your idea, making it way harder for competitors to get close. And going back to those potential partners, oh yeah, now you're walking in with a whole new level of validated strength. Look, the crucial thing here is getting the message out. A patent that's granted after an appeal, that's a big deal. It's a huge signal that your innovation went through a serious stress test and came out on top. And you know who loves that? Investors. They absolutely love certainty, and you've just handed them a big, fat dose of it. So don't just call it a patent, frame it as a de-risking event for the whole company. But hold on, even with a win, you've got to use this as a chance to learn. Don't just pop the champagne and forget about it. Analyze the battle you just won. What was the problem in the first place? Why did it get rejected initially? Were your claims too broad? Was your paperwork a mess? Figuring that out now will make every single one of your future filings so much stronger. Okay, now let's switch gears and walk down that other path. What if you lose? Yeah, it's gonna sting, but a loss is not a failure. It's feedback. It's the universe telling you to tweak your strategy, not to give up. Trust me, so many successful companies have stood exactly where you are. What made them successful is what they did next. It's so easy to see a loss as a giant red stop sign, right? Game over. But let's redefine what you actually got. It almost never means your idea is worthless. What it usually means is something more specific, like your claims were way too broad, or your evidence wasn't quite there, or the examiner just saw things differently. And this right here is the critical mindset shift. That rejection? It's not a judgment on your brilliant idea. It's a diagnostic report from the patent office. They literally tell you in detail where your arguments were weak. And that feedback, that's pure gold. It's like getting a free consultation telling you exactly what to fix. So, you have a playbook for a loss too, and it's just as strategic. Step 1, analyze the decision. Really dig into that diagnostic report and understand the why behind the rejection. Step 2, refine your claims. Use what you learned to rebuild a smarter, stronger case. And step 3, manage expectations. Be transparent with your team and your investors. Frame this as a strategic pivot, not a catastrophe. And look, these aren't just desperate last-ditch efforts. They are smart, tactical pivots that show you're resilient. Maybe you just narrow your claims to protect the absolute core of your invention. Or, hey, maybe you decide to protect it as a trade secret for a while, keeping it under wraps internally while you regroup. The point is, you have options. You're still in control.
And this is so important. Losing an appeal doesn't kill your credibility. You know what does? Doing nothing. Just staying passive. When you immediately show your team and your stakeholders, okay, here's the feedback and here's our new plan, that builds trust. Your action is what shows everyone you're resilient.
All right, let's bring both of those paths, the win and the loss, back together. Because here's the secret. The real victory isn't in the verdict itself. It's in how you use that outcome as data for the bigger picture, for your entire innovation journey. This table really nails the difference, doesn't it? It's about reaction versus strategy. The common reaction to a win is, phew, I'm done. For a loss, it's over. Both are emotional, and both are dead ends. But the strategic move, that's about seeing the opportunity no matter what. You leverage a win for growth, and you use the feedback from a loss to build something even stronger. You know, after all this, whether you win or you lose, every single appeal teaches you the exact same lesson. The ultimate goal is to get it right the first time. A really strong, super clear initial filing, that's what saves you all this time, money, and heartache down the line. The best appeal is the one you never have to file. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that you have to weave intellectual property right into the DNA of your company. It can't be some afterthought, some legal box you have to check. When your engineers are documenting stuff clearly from day one, and the people in charge see these filings as real strategic investments, not just costs, well, that's when you create a powerhouse of innovation and protection, and that's how you avoid this whole appeal mess in the first place. So, I'll leave you with this one final question to think about. Is your patent just the document you file away, or is it a tool you actually use? Because a patent collecting dust in a folder, that's just an expense. But a patent that shapes your roadmap, excites investors, and blocks your competitors, that is a seriously powerful tool. That appeal outcome, win or lose, is your chance to decide which one you want. Thanks for watching.